More and more puppies are being born green. Most dog owners out there claim to be obsessed with their pets. They know all about their furry friends' eating habits, their bathroom schedules, where they like to be scratched, etc. Still, even the biggest canine aficionados don't know all the facts. These puppy truth bombs might totally change your conception of man's best friend. Because as it turns out, pooches are more complex and influential than anyone realizes. And that's saying something. 1. The word puppy is a relatively new addition to the English language. A variation on the French word poupée, meaning doll or toy. It caught on in the late 1500s. Before that, Britons referred to baby dogs by the not-so-catchy term whelps. 2. Puppies sleep a ton, sometimes up to 20 hours per day. And for good reason. Rest is essential for their developing body and mind. Even when they reach maturity, dogs catch quite a few Z's each day, usually between 12 and 14 hours. 3. Just like humans, young dogs have baby teeth that fall out and eventually get replaced by an adult set. However, there's still no evidence that any kind of a dog tooth fairy exists. 4. Depending on the breed, dogs can have vastly different sized litters. Bigger canines usually have bigger litters, as a rule of thumb. A Neapolitan Mastiff owns the current record for giving birth to 24 puppies in 2011. 5. Can dogs inspire great works of art? Hamilton composer and star Lin-Manuel Miranda would certainly say so. His stage ballad, Dear Theodosia, started out as an ode to his dog, Tobio, a stray pup he adopted in 2011. 6. If you've ever met a newborn puppy, you'll notice that their eyes and ears don't open for a couple of weeks. This is because, compared to other mammals, gestation periods for dogs are pretty short. As a result, puppies are born not quite fully developed. 7. Rolling Stones guitar hero Keith Richards smuggled a number of things past customs. But his cutest contraband was a puppy. After sneaking it past British authorities, he named the pooch Ratbag and treated him to a rock and roll lifestyle. 8. Sure, your dog is friendly, but have you ever worried that they'd like any old stranger just as much as you? One 2005 study will put your mind at ease. Researchers observed that canines are most responsive to their owners, proving there is a definite bond. 9. Sports teams aren't the only ones with dog mascots. The Spanish city of Bilbao is synonymous with West Highland Terriers thanks to Puppy, a gigantic sculpture outside the Guggenheim Museum. The statue weighs 17 tons and is covered in living flowers. 10. Just like in humans, yawns are contagious among mature dogs, probably as an embedded form of social empathy. Curiously enough, this isn't the case for puppies. They're undeveloped enough to not react to their owner's yawns at all. 11. For famed novelist John Steinbeck, a dog really did eat his homework. In 1936, his teething puppy tore apart his lone manuscript for Of Mice and Men. The frustrated author had to rewrite those chapters, much to the delight, or chagrin, of students everywhere. 12. Even though puppies from the same litter are similar, it's extremely rare to find identical twin canines. The first confirmed case didn't come until 2016, when a South African veterinarian determined 2 pups were genetically identical from sharing the same placenta. 13. But twin puppies aren't the only genetic canine copies out there. Scientists successfully cloned the first dog in 2005, and that practice has expanded into a niche industry of cloning families' beloved pets for the hefty price of $50,000. 14. It's no coincidence that dogs seem sadder whenever you're eating. They're evolutionarily adapted to raise their eyebrows and make their eyes bigger to improve their chances of guilting humans into tossing a scrap of food their way. 15. Seeing eye dogs aren't the only employed pooches out there. Boston's Museum of Fine Arts has trained a puppy named Riley to sniff out species of moths and beetles that destroy priceless artwork. 16. Attention Dalmatian owners. Don't freak out when your puppies are born without any trademark spots. Those only start to pop up as the breed gets older. And Dalmatian puppies aren't the only ones who have surprised owners with their coats. 17. In 2017, several dogs in the UK made headlines for giving birth to green puppies. Was this a rare mutation? Were the pups celebrating St. Patrick's Day? No, it turns out that their fur was temporarily dyed by biliverdin, a pigment naturally found in dog placentas. 18. Don't freak out if your boss catches you scrolling through dog photos at work. A 2012 study concluded that looking at pictures of cute animals can actually help you concentrate afterward. 19. There was one warm and fuzzy result of the Cold War. Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev knew that President John F. Kennedy was curious about Strelka, the Russian dog that went into space. As a gift, he sent JFK one of Strelka's puppies. The Kennedys named her Pushinka, after the Russian word for fluffy. 20. JFK's one-time political rival Richard Nixon also had a historical puppy moment. While running for vice president in 1952, Tricky Dick came under fire for using campaign contributions for personal use. He denied these claims in a televised speech and said that the only gift he accepted was their family dog, Checkers. 21. Dogs don't curl up while sleeping just to look cute or even to feel more comfortable. This tendency is actually rooted in their instinct to protect their vital organs at night and to stay warm, of course. 22. Some recent studies have found that dogs usually try to go to the bathroom in such a way that they're aligned with the Earth's magnetic field. Both sexes defecate in the north or south direction, but only females prefer to urinate that way too. 23. The idea that dogs only see in black and white is a total myth. They can actually perceive a wide range of colors, although it's more limited than the spectrum that humans can see. 24. Dogs are able to hear sounds from just about any direction because they have no fewer than 18 different muscles in each of their ears. Theirs are much different than human ears. 25. Sorry to get personal, but we've got to. Not only does your dog masturbate, but he or she will continue to do so even after being neutered or spayed. In fact, dogs can become addicted to masturbating, which is often a sign of constant stress. 26. Most people know that dogs always have wet noses, but what they may not know is that this layer of moisture allows them to absorb scent chemicals, amplifying their sense of smell. 27. Similarly, everybody knows that dogs have a superior sense of smell compared to humans, but that's a huge understatement. Their noses are estimated to be 10,000 to 100,000 times stronger. 28. The reason why dogs run around in circles before resting is because it's part of their instinctual nesting ritual passed down from their wolf ancestors. They're just making themselves feel more at home. 29. With about 75 million dogs in the entire country, the United States has a higher dog population than any other nation on the face of the earth. Labrador retrievers are the most popular. 30. The wagging of a dog's tail can mean much more than expressing happiness. Depending on the pattern, it can communicate different things, including curiosity, nervousness, playfulness, and even aggression. 31. Dogs are able to see more clearly by using their whiskers. This allows them to sense the slightest changes in air pressure and even gives them a special sort of night vision. 32. The Norwegian Lundehund, also known as the Norwegian Puffin dog, usually has 6 toes on each paw, which is 2 more than the standard 4 toes that most dogs have. 33. Dogs are able to sense important changes in human bodies. That's why there are a number of service dogs, such as seizure alert dogs, who can help patients during focal onset seizures. 34. There was once a service dog named Kirsch who, after accompanying his owner to all his classes, received an honorary degree in mental health counseling. He must have been really proud. 35. Petting your dog is actually great for your physical health. When you do it, your blood pressure lowers to a greater degree than it would during interactions with other humans. 36. A breed of hunting dog known as the Basenji doesn't bark. Because of the unusual shape of their voice boxes, they actually yodel. It's been said to sound like they're saying Baru. 37. Dogs lick their noses because the roofs of their mouths have the inability to sense different scents. They actually transfer scent particles to their mouths directly from their noses. 38. Newfoundland dogs have webbed feet to make it easier for them to swim. In fact, their superior swimming abilities may be their most defining trait, besides their obvious strength and size. 39. The bottom of a dog's foot often smells a bit like a bag of corn chips. That's because their sweat glands, which are only found on their feet, have a natural yeast-like smell because of the bacteria. 40. Dogs often suffer from separation anxiety when their owners leave. One thing you can do to help reassure them is to leave a piece of clothing with your scent on it for them to sniff. 41. Dogs often get jealous when they see their humans showing too much affection for anything or anyone other than themselves. They just love you way too much for their own good. 42. Men are 3 times more likely to get a woman's phone number if he has a dog with him. That's adorable, of course, but that does leave open the possibility that she might just want to date him for his dog. 43. 7-year-old Duke the dog is the elected mayor of Cormorant, Minnesota. Not only that, but he won in a landslide. Really though, who wouldn't want this sweet little guy as their mayor? 44. Orient the German Shepherd led his owner, Bill Irwin, who happened to be blind, through the entirety of the Appalachian Trail's 2,100 miles. That made Bill the first blind man to complete the hike.